everyone. I'm sort of a comedian magician. So what I do is I'm able to have Benjamin Steinberg, who's in the show tonight, be in 2 shows at once. Now, how do you say that? Well, in a group called Catholic Alumni Club, they have a Zoom meeting. It happens to start at 7 o'clock tonight, the same time that this show starts. So he just walked out there, did comedy. He's doing comedy at this show. And then I went to another show, and the guy running another show said, Jim, you don't practice your comedy enough, but your nurse comedian friend is very good. So what happened? I called the nurse comedian friend and I said, oh, there's this important show in Concord on Monday night. And she said, Jim, you know what, I forgot. But she lives in the area. So she showed up, and she told the producer, and the next thing you know, she's in the show next month. So I'm good at marketing other comedians. I should be good at marketing myself, but I market other comedians. And I got a new job as a comedy manager. Benjamin can tell you. I help him, what is it, comedy manager?
Yes.
So I'm a comedy manager. Benjamin appointed me as a comedy manager. But I do know that I like to go walking backwards, and my favorite location, this convenience store, is 11-7. Go backwards. And in Benjamin, I know that he was going to open up an Indian restaurant, and he said to me, Jim, you're my comedy manager, what kind of dish would sell at the Indian restaurant that I'm opening? And so I said, I'm converting you from Judaism to Catholicism. That's my Christmas present to you, Benjamin. So Father, Son, Holy Spirit. So he has these triangular plates of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And I said, Benjamin, since you converted to Catholicism and you have the triangular plates, I believe in a 3-point curry for your Indian restaurant. Merry Christmas, you'll sell all these 3-point curry dishes. Just like the Warriors do. 3-point curry sells Warrior tickets, and will sell tickets for your restaurant. And then from New York, New Jersey area, and one guy, he said, Jim, I think you're Jewish, because they have that kind of Jewish New York style of humor, or at least that's what this guy thought. So it's sort of, hopefully it's a compliment. I don't know if he did an insult, I didn't know it's an insult. I think it's a compliment. And I don't know, they use the term biracial for this other event. I don't know if I'm biracial. I'm half Italian and half Irish. So I'm half one race and half the other, Irish and Italian. But I have some good news. I'm a Swedish leader, even though I know nothing about Sweden. I joined this club because a friend of mine's in it. And I raised my hand and I said, I want to be a vice chairman of the lodge. And I thought all these smart Swedish members would raise their hand and I'd lose the election. But no one else raised their hand. And they said, Jim, you're it. So maybe I'm not thinking, but I raised my hand and I got the job. I have a friend of mine, her last name is Fales, but it's not F-A-I-L-S, it's F-A-L-E-S. So I wanted to have her go to our family Christmas event, and she said, oh no, I've got some longtime friends in San Diego. I'm going to San Diego for Christmas. But here's the good news. Our family's going to the Olympic Club Lakeside, which is out by Daly City, San Francisco. And the dinners are $130 a piece. So I'm paying for my sister's family. There's 5 of us, myself, and my sister, husband, 2 kids. And because Cindy Fales is not going to the dinner, I'm saving $130 plus tax and tip. So that's about $150 or $160 gift from her by not showing up for the Christmas dinner. And what about my dad? He had a favorite song that Danny will like. It's called Danny Boy. My dad was Irish, and he believed in Danny Boy. Now, he never met Danny Getchie, but I think he could believe in Danny Getchie and Danny Getchie shows. Danny Boy, that's the guy. So, anyway, I think it's a great show, and they got an extra E. My brother said, oh, Mays, like Willie Mays. And I said, well, this is not Mays, Willie Mays, M-A-Y-E-S. It's got an extra E in it. So, there's a confusion with Willie Mays and Mays Oyster House. But when you have the extra E, M-A-Y-E-S, you know it's Mays Oyster House. When it's M-A-Y-S, then you know it's Willie Mays, the Say Hey Kid. It's a great show. Let's give it back to Danny. Thanks very much.
Hey, you got Jim Doyle everybody. Yeah, never thought that. Willie Mays and Mason. The coincidence. Oh, man, hey, let's give your next comedian. It's time for a
Yay!